Bob Blumer is a celebrity chef. He's a TV star, and he's a world traveler and culinary adventurer. What did you want to be when you grew up?
A professional hockey player.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you play a lot of hockey and not make the grade? Or, I don't mean, you made the grade, but not the NHL, or what?
I was a fairly respectable player in high school. I played on a couple of teams, but I'm a little bit small to be a professional hockey player, and also a whole lot chicken. I wasn't very tough.
I see, because you got to be really mean now.
As you notice, I still have all my teeth.
You get paid to be meaner.
Yeah.
Don't you know, where did you play hockey?
In Montreal.
So, Montreal born?
Yes, Montreal born and raised.
Have
In fact,
fans
I
still?
played hockey so long ago that virtually my entire hockey career was played outdoors.
That's a long time ago.
My dad used to come and see me play, and it never occurred to me until like long after he died that a cousin said to me, you know, he used to have that flask that he kept in his pocket. And I went, oh, no wonder he always had a smile on his face, because it was like freezing cold, like sub-zero temperatures.
Yes.
So he's outside shifting from foot to foot, but he had a little flask of scotch in his pocket.
That's probably why you skate well, because if you learned to skate outside, it was bumpy. Anyway, on our rinks.
Oh, I see. Yeah, of course.
You know, whoever flooded, I guess you were more professional in Montreal, but the outside,
I doubt it.
When they flood those, there's like cracks and bumps. And
sure. I had a hockey rink in my backyard, too. My dad used to.
Almost every Canadian kid who loved hockey did, and lived in the cold parts. Tough in Vancouver, you had to play on the grass.
Little known fact, if we want to digress for a second, but you know, in my past life, I managed Jane Siberry.
I love Jane Siberry.
And she wrote a song that's become, it actually was listed in, now I'm really digressing, but was listed by Sports Illustrated magazine as one of the top 50 sports songs ever, and it was about hockey. And she made reference to a couple of things, like a scar I have over my eye and a scar on my chin that I got from playing hockey in the backyard. And I came into the house and was bleeding all over. My mother went, "Don't bleed on the carpet." That's her big concern.
Yeah, my mother used to say that. If you're bleeding, stay outside. Say, well, if you're dying, we'll call a truck or something. But if you're bleeding, stay outside. Yes. Or if there's no blood, we're calling nobody. Just stop sobbing and go to your room. Our parents were tough.
They were.
So, back to Dick's Last Resort. What do they serve? Is that the 4-pound burger place?
No, Dick's Last Resort.
Ribs?
Pretty ribs, chicken, pub food. And that's part of the reason that a lot of these restaurants develop these sort of weird themes, weird environments. It's a way of differentiating them from the next place down the street that serves ribs and chicken and French fries.
And a 4-pound burger?
There's a place in Germany called XXL, and they just, all their food is just enormous. You'd think it would be in America, but it's in Germany.
Alabama or
Schnitzel
someplace.
the size of this table, literally. But you know, there's also some other...
Off the plate, like a chicken fried steak in Shelby, Montana.
Something like that.
Yeah.
We went to there were so many crazy places and different kinds of crazy. We went to I'm just trying to think, this restaurant, a pop-up restaurant in New York City. It was a nudist restaurant. All of the diners were naked. All of them, butt naked.
Really?
Yeah, and by the way, nudists, the last people you want to see naked.
I know, because they're really comfortable with their bodies.
Yes, very comfortable.
Right. We only take our clothes off if we have perfect body, if we're not nudists. But yeah, so naked diners, naked waiters?
No, not naked waiters, just naked diners.
Clothed waiters and naked diners.
Yep. My favorite thing, one of the diners told me, you know, I said, well, what's so great about this? They said,
in New York.
You know, at the end of a meal, how sometimes you have to discreetly loosen your belt, you know, because you're so full. We don't have to do that.
Exactly. If it's too hot, you don't have to take your coat off.
Exactly.
Good idea. Dining naked. Well, and it's legal.
Yeah, for sure.
Must
I mean,
be.
It's New York City. Everything's legal.
Right. And
there's a lot of other things that happen without clothes on in New York City.
I hear tell. A Miraculous Mermaid somewhere. You were in Taiwan
my gosh.
or Florida.
No, this was in Florida. There was an old school hotel, and this place has been around forever. And the way the hotel was situated, they had a swimming pool outside, and then there's a bar inside, and the bar shared a wall, the sort of interior wall of the swimming pool, and there were 3 portals in the swimming pool wall that opened into the bar. I mean, not obviously open, but with glass. Understand? So you're sitting in the bar eating, and you're seeing this mermaid show happening in the swimming pool with these fantastic mermaids who do this whole routine.
Is it a sunken ship?
Well, that's
kind of idea.
They give you the appearance of that.
I guess it's not sunken, but that's the idea.
Yeah, it's called the wreck. It's called the Wreck Bar.
Did Elvis Presley eat there? Is that the one?
Yes.
And Monroe and,
Yes,
and Joe
yes,
DiMaggio.
yes. And they still, and those mermaid acts go way back to that era. And in fact, there were two women who came, who just heard what we were doing and came to watch, who were original mermaids back in that era. You know, they were in their 70s right now.
Interesting.
But
Characters.
And the woman who is the sort of troop leader of these mermaids right now, she's so fantastic, and they're so graceful, and they float. They have these beautiful mermaid outfits. They float through the water. They do all sorts of spins and twirls with bubbles coming out of their mouths, and it was really amazing.
So synchronized and all of that. It's no Playboy bunny. It's a miraculous mermaid.
They have the coconut cups.
I bet they do. Well, you're a long way from milking goats and making pancakes and flipping pizzas.
Oh, I've really come along, haven't I? I've
You
arrived.
have come along. The world's weirdest restaurants. Anything you refuse to do, can you do that when you're the host and they say you are going to take your clothes off and dine in New York?
Well, fortuitously, I've been involved in creating and producing all the shows that I've, well, the 3 shows, Surreal Gourmet, Glutton for Punishment, and this show.
Right.
And so I do have a veto when I want. But in fact, at the nudist restaurant, I had no intention of taking my clothes off, nor did anybody ask me to. And in the beginning, it felt really weird to be surrounded by all these naked diners.
Right.
But at the end, it felt really unusual to be the only person clothed, fully clothed.
I'm sure. Have you ever been to Wreck Beach?
I have not.
No.
But
well, or you get in a hot tub and everybody has their clothes
Yeah,
up and
yeah,
you have your little bathing suit and you think,
Okay, hang on. But we're
I'm
talking about
such a prude.
getting undressed with the camera crew around you, which
Yeah,
I
all
did do,
that.
by the way, for the
You
record.
did?
Yeah.
For the record. Okay, I can't wait to see it. World's Weirdest Restaurants premieres April 4, foodnetwork.ca.
Yes, 9
For more
o'clock.
information, 4 segments, 9 p.m. I'll be watching. Thank you. Nice to see you. Bob Blumer. And remember, you can catch all of our conversations on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter, Fanny Studio 4.